All right, Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Chakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that gave us his truth and all the spirituality, and salutations to all your occupation his word throughout the four corners of the earth, in sincerity and the truth. I'm the brother Yahusap, and this lesson will be going into the famine of the word. And as you can see, I have this article from the People's Voice.tv, and it's going into, as it reads, Texas to start arresting Americans who criticize Israel. Now, we know the main ones that criticize those people is us, the Hebrew Israelites. We always go into how they're not the real JEWS, and that they're imposters, how they stole our heritage, and, pretty much, they're going to turn it into a hate crime to do that, which shows you that, they're the people that run the world. Because, there's a quote that says, if you want to find out, I believe it was by Voltaire, if you want to find out who's in power, find out who you can't criticize. And that's the truth, because they're the ones that, basically own the government. They own the government, they fund, different people, they give them the bag. Pretty much they control everything. All aspects of society, they're the ones that's in control. And that's undeniable. When you look at these Fortune 500 companies, these billionaires, 90% of them are controlled by Jays, and even the ones that you see have a different face on it, it might be a jig face or a heathen face. Well, guess what? Behind the scenes, who really controls it is the Jays, the bankers, they're Jays, man. You see? So it says Texas Governor Greg Abbott has threatened to have Americans who speak out against Israel arrested and thrown in jail. And this is the reason why Apostle Tahar, he did this PSA going into not speaking about those people, because it will, be detrimental to our freedom, to our livelihood, eventually, resulting in probably a death sentence, man. You can't put nothing past this devil. It says, according to Governor Abbott, people who criticize Israel are guilty of hate speech and belong in jail. How are we guilty of hate speech? Here it is. You could criticize anybody else. You could criticize, the Arabs, criticize the Chinese, you could criticize Jake, But when you say something about them, all of a sudden it's hate speech. And that should show you they all bought and paid for, man. Because this guy's supposed to be a Republican. He's supposed to be on the side of, the right-wing Edomites, But look at what he says, man. So they all are pro-Israel, man. It says on X, Adam slammed protesters at the University of Texas at Austin who are protesting the slaughter of innocent Palestinians by Israel defense forces. So how is that hate speech if they're protesting, murder, and destruction? And that's to show you that, hey, man, these people could do anything that they want to do, and people will find a way to justify them, man. But I have this other one right here, and it says Representative Matt Gaetz's new Antisem bill will outlaw the Bible. It says Matt Gaetz has slammed the new hate speech bill passed by the House Wednesday, warning that the expanded definition of Antisem will result in the criminalization of the Holy Bible, right? Because we're the ones that really go into the scriptures, man. That go deep into the scriptures, that go into, the exposure of those people in the land, showing that they're not the true people of the Lord. So eventually, the whole Bible is going to get criminalized. Here it is. America's supposed to be a godly country, a nation with Christian values and principles, quote unquote, And look at what they're doing, man. It shows you how hypocrite these people are. It says Gaetz raised the alarm of the bill's working definition of contemporary examples of antisem that includes claims of Jays killing Jesus, which, that is a historical fact. And those Jays that they're talking about is talking about us, you so-called Black, West Indians, and Haitians. You're the Jays of the Bible, Now we can't even say the word no more because they could flag the video. Hey man, don't be surprised if you put up a video, a lesson, you say the name, and you get the cops, the FBI to pull up at your house, man, claiming that you're a terrorist, man. So we know this is a historical fact. You know, it's even in the Josephus, it goes into that history, man. But if you say that now, it's Antisem. So we can't even bring up true history no more, man. It says Antisem is wrong, but this legislation is written without regard for the Constitution, common sense, or even the common understanding of the meaning of words declared guides on X Wednesday. The gospel itself would meet the definition of Antisem under the terms of this bill. Yeah, you go into Revelation, you know, that's not what he's really going into. But Revelation is going into those that claim that they are JEWS and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. You know, and they might outlaw that too, saying synagogue. But, you know, the New Testament exposes them, man. The New and the Old Testament. So the whole Bible is going to eventually be outlawed. It says, the bill says the definition of anti-Sem includes contemporary examples of anti-Sem defined by the International Holocaust Remembrance of Alliance. One of the example includes claims of Jays killing Jesus. The Bible is clear. There is no myth or controversy on this. Therefore, I will not support this bill. So, hey, man, there you go. And what is that going to lead into? The famine of the word, where people are going to seek the word of the Lord and they're not going to find it. As it says in the book of Amos, let's get that. Amos chapter 8, verse 11, it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Yeah, so eventually it's going to be, you know, inaccessible. You know, you're not going to be able to find the prophets on the streets. You're not going to be able to go on the internet, on YouTube, and look up different videos, man. You know, you're not even going to be able to buy a Bible, man. You see, they're going to ban the Bible apps. They're going to say if you're fine with a Bible in your house, you know, it's an act of terrorism. You know, it's a crime. You know, it got to be burnt. You know, that's what it's going to result to. It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, shall not find it. So they're going to try to find it anywhere that they can. They're going to go to the locations that the prophets were. You know, they're going to, you know, they're not going to find them. You know, they're going to go to the churches, you know, but churches, you know, churches don't even believe in the scriptures anyway, so they're going to throw it out. But even if they do find, you know, somebody with scriptures, they're not going to have the right understanding. So they're still going to be famished, you see. So it says, in that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. Yeah, so, you know, they're going to faint for thirst for not having this word, because the scriptures is known as what? The living waters. You see? Let me get another one. This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. It says, for the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So the Lord's word is so sharp, you know, it's so precise that it cuts these devils to their souls. Because really, this bill is passed, you know, to come up against us. You know, yeah, you know, they're mad about the protests about Palestine and all of that. But the main ones that they have a problem with is the Hebrew Israelites, because we're the ones that's bringing the truth out of the scriptures, man. You see? So you can't even criticize them anymore. Now you be labeled a terrorist, man. It says, neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do. So it exposes people. The word of the Lord exposes people. It exposes your intents, the thoughts of your heart. You see? That's why when we bring the word out, you know, people get mad. You see the demons come out of them. You know, they start foaming out the mouth, because this word literally, you know, separates their spirit from their body, man. It's like they have an outer body experience. You know, they look at themselves from a third person view, you know, from a third person perspective. and they look at themselves like, damn, I am wicked, you know? So like, nah, I can't take no L like that. So, they start, coming against the scriptures. We've had Christians come up, claiming to believe the Bible. And then when we bring out the word, they all of a sudden it's, oh, F the Bible, Oh, who wrote the Bible? The Bible was written by man. So this word exposes your true thoughts and intents. So you never believed in it in the first place. You see? So that's it on that. Let's see, Matthew. Let's get that. Matthew 24. Let's see. Let's see. This is Matthew 24 and 14. It says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Yes, so, the word is being preached right now. And it's been preached, starting with our apostles and their elders and the elders on down, in different brothers in different camps throughout the world, and even other Israelite camps that's teaching the truth. Well, most of them don't, but, there's certain camps like Men of Valor that teach the truth, But even the ones that don't teach the 100% doctrine, the Lord is using them for a greater purpose. He's waking up, the 1/3 using them too. You see, because the Lord, he could do that, man. He could use false prophets, to wake up, the men that he wants to wake up. That happened with a lot of us in the camps, where we woke up watching different camps, and then eventually it led unto GMS because of how the YouTube algorithm is set up. You see? So it says, this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And the end is going to consist with, Esau trying to stop this truth. And the scriptures say what? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So, they're seeing their world crumbling. And part of their world crumbling is them being exposed. Let's get that too. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that men of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Yes, so there shall come a falling away first, which happened when, we lost our heritage, the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That happened with, Esau beating it out of us, telling us that we're black, telling us that we're Indians, telling us that we're Hispanics, so that's the falling away. It says, and that men of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. The man of sin is Esau, Edom, the son of perdition, the son of destruction. And to prove that, when you go into Romans, the 9th chapter, it compares Esau unto the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. So they're made to be destroyed, man. The Lord literally made them to spread forth evil and chaos all over the earth, and after he used them for, his purpose, he's going to get rid of them, man. And that's going to start with, it's starting with this word now, but it's going to lead into the destruction of their kingdom, their pride society, America, Babylon the Great, and eventually them going into captivity to, extermination, man. So it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped. You see, so they oppose themselves above all that is called God. They want to outlaw the Bible, They say that, at the World Economic Forum, that devil, what was his name? Yuval Noah Harari, he said, there is no God. We're the new gods of the planet. That's what they're talking about, man. They oppose and exalt themselves above all that is called God. You see what they're doing with AI, what they're trying to do with Neuralink, They want to make themselves gods on earth using their technology, man. And eventually, that chip, that the implants that they're going to put in the hand and the foreheads, that's how they're going to pretty much stamp that, they're the gods of the people. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So they portray, all the biblical characters as Edomites, as lepers, because that's what they are. That lack of pigment they have in their skin is leprosy. So, if you go to Google, you Google God, or you Google Jesus, so-called, and you Google different biblical characters, it's their faces that's going to pop up. It says, verse 5, and also too, the temple of the Most High, the scriptures say what? That we are the temple of the Most High. So Esau, he wants to basically become a god to Jake too, because he understands that what keeps us in captivity is us going astray from the Most High. And the main way to go astray from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is by committing idolatry. So once Jake start taking that chip, that's them, sitting in the temple of the Most High, man, saying, yeah, we got your niggas, we got your Israelites, your prized possessions, It says, remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. So it's a long time coming, man. It's been a long time coming where these devils have been, able to, hide, to creep around, and not get exposed for who they are. They took the Apocrypha out of the Bible, the Maccabees book, that exposes the Greeks as being the Edomites, the so-called white race, So, he might be revealed in his time. So the Most High didn't have, this set up for it to happen 2,000 years ago when the disciples was on the scene. It's set up for the time that we're in now. You see, because the scriptures say what? That by measure have the Lord measured the times, and by number he have numbered the times, and he doesn't move or stir them until the said measure is fulfilled. So they're being revealed right now through this word, you see, and it's making them hot. They can't stand it, man. Foaming out the mouth, tearing their clothes, Hey, man, you gotta understand that, these average Edomites, a lot of them, they're hurt by this word too, but the ones that's hurt the most is the elites, man. And they're Amalekites. They're the chief of the Edomites, man. So when they see, us coming out and bringing this truth out, they know we're telling the truth, man. They know our history. They know they're not the real Jays, man. So, they're losing it. That's why they funding for these legislations to be passed. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work, which that was going into the Romans, because they were in power at the time. It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So the Most High is the one that's letting them have their way, until it's time for Yahweh Shah to return and take them down, with the hosts of heaven, the so-called UFOs, the chariots. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So they're being revealed now, man. The wicked. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Malachi, the first chapter, the Edomites are the border of wickedness, man. So they're being exposed for who they are. You see? Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. So the spirit of the Lord's mouth is the prophets, man. Us bringing this truth out, the right understanding of it. You see? And they're being consumed, man. They're being burned by it. It says it shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So that's going to take place when Yahweh Shah returns, with the chariots, man. It says, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. So him who's coming is after the working of Satan. All they push is satanic, satanic agendas, man. Transgenderism, feminism, just freedom to do anything you want to do, man. Freedom of religion. You see, that's the working of Satan, man. As well as doing, using their technology, man, with all power and signs and lying wonders. So we could tie this into Revelation, the 13th chapter, where it says that they would deceive the earth with their signs, with their wonders. You see, and that's going into their technology, man. Because technology really is a miracle, so to speak. So with all power and signs and lying wonders. So now you could put a brain chip, you could listen to music in your head, you could get on the internet in your head, you could open the door without touching it, just by waving your hand. You could pay with your hand. You don't need real cash. Those are the lying wonders. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness and them that perish because they received not the love of the truth that they might be saved. So the ones that Esau has deceived, the Most High already had it predetermined that they would not get the truth, man. You see? So the Lord blinded them to the truth, man. And that's going into 2/3 of our people, because they're going to get caught up out there with Esau's agendas, man, with this newer order agenda. Matter of fact, it goes into it. That's the Spirit says, and for this cause, Yahweh Bashim Yashar shall send them strong delusions that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So the Most High set this up, man. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So the ones that don't get it, the Lord don't want them to get it, man. Isaiah 6:9. The Lord said what? He blinded 2/3 of his people so that they don't repent, man. And he could be justified in destroying them. You see? Let me get another one. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 21. It says, let's see. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 18. It says, Isaiah 29:18, and in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. And that's going into Israelites waking up to this understanding, So we were deaf because we didn't have, we couldn't hear the truth. It says, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity. We were obscured with the ways of this world. The scriptures say in another book on Isaiah that he will, I think it's Isaiah 25, that the Lord is going to destroy the veil that is spread over all the nations, the face of the covering cast over all people. So we're seeing now, we can see the truth, man. And we're calling them out for who they are, and we're telling our people who they are, and this is what they're scared of, man. That's why you had this one Israel, I'm going to say the word anyways, Israeli representative come to the U.S., and, she had a conference, and she said the biggest threat to Israel was black Americans, man, the young black Americans here. How are we a threat to you if we don't have no weapons of mass destruction? We're not over there, killing your people. But they said we're a threat because we exposing who they are. And the more we wake up, the less power they have, the less control they have over our minds. You see? And they understand the power we have, as not only as individuals, but more so as a collective. Because it's not only, Judah, it's all the tribes. Because once Judah wake up, as prophecy says, all the other tribes will wake up. You see? So if we all get together, all the 12 tribes, Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's a problem for them, man. So verse 19, it says, the meek also shall increase their joy in the Lord, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. The meek is going into the elect, 144,000 in the 1/3, increasing our joy in the Lord. We always rejoice when we see these prophecies taking place. When we see things happening in the Middle East where, these people in our land, they're getting messed up. We rejoice in that. We rejoice in knowing that these prophecies are leading towards the kingdom of heaven and the return of Yahweh Shah. You see, where we're going to receive rest, man. So verse 20, it says, for the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. So the terrible one is the Edomites, man. These elites, they're the ones calling the shots. You see? So we're laughing at them, man. You being brought to naught. You about to lose your kingdom, man. And they're losing their minds, man. Pulling their hairs out, having violent behaviors, You can only imagine, man. You got some of these elites, man. They be in these skyscrapers, in the high-rise penthouses. And they got brothers, apostles, lessons blasting, drinking, losing it, man. It says that make a man an offender for a word. So they want to make us offenders for a word, for the words that we speak. There's going to be no more freedom of speech, man, for bringing the truth out. It says, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. Those bills, those legislations, they're a snare for us. You see? Because we're reproving them and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. You see? It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale. So, we're not going to be ashamed anymore. That's what it means by waxing pale. So we're not ashamed anymore. We wear the fact that we're Israelites. People ask us, our families, we don't have to hide it. We do hide it, when, we go to work, when we out and about, of course. But hey, man, we be in public, you might talk to Jake and you tell him that you're Israelite, man. Or somebody might find out, that you teach on the streets. Somebody they might ask you about it afterwards. And then, you're like, yeah, that's us, man. We're the 12 tribes. You see? So that's it on that. And I'm going to end with the scripture in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. And we're rejoicing, man. Same thing it says in the last scripture, that the meek are rejoicing, is going to rejoice in the Lord. So we rejoice because, we know that they're going down and it's our time to come up. So it says, rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. And Yahushua also said, what? The kingdom of heaven dwelleth within you. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So, Esau, Edom, these elites, really mainly the elites, they know that they have a short time, So they're going to come down with that great wrath. And that's going to come through those draconian laws, which is going to turn into them physically trying to harm us, And a lot of us will get harmed, because that's prophecy. Scriptures say through much tribulation, we're going to inherit the kingdom of heaven, man. You see? But yeah, that was pretty much it on that. That's it on this lesson. I hope this was edifying. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yashah Bashim Chakodash. Peace and double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS that give us his truth and all his purity. And salutations to all you accomplishing this word throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and the truth. Shalom.